Seven Stop here. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about the lessons I learned from AJATT and why AJATT can actually be really useful in your life. Not for particular reasons like it's going to teach you a useful skill, which it can. Like Japanese isn't a totally useless skill, but isn't a super useful one either. But what AJATT or serious immersion learning really teaches you is more important life lessons, I think. At least for the people out there who haven't already learned those lessons. For me, and I'm sure a lot of other people, AJATT basically totally changed our lives for the better too. Just think about it. When I started AJATT, I was like, 16 years old, I think. And at the time, I wasn't really doing anything. I was like, your average high school student doesn't really do anything with their life. Like they don't do anything productive with their time. When you get home, you just play video games or like screw around on Discord or something like that. Look at social media on your phone, FAP. Who knows what you're doing? But whatever it is, it's probably not productive for most people. And when you're young like that, you haven't really accomplished anything either. Like, you go through school, you just do things that people tell you to do. You don't have the experience of engaging with something, with a task on your own, and becoming really skilled at that task, mastering it, which is the ability to focus on something and get really good at it is a super useful just ability, life skill in general. And I know there's a lot of hardcore AJATTers and stuff, immersion learners who went through the process, they got good at Japanese, and they come later out making like these depressing videos about how they wasted all that time, and they wish they had done something useful with that time. But for me, and I think for other people, the idea of doing something useful, doing something productive at all, is like having that idea put in your mind by doing AJATT is just such a valuable experience. It just changes your perspective and your outlook on the world and on yourself. It gives you confidence, like I can do something, I can accomplish something. I'm not just like a kid screwing around playing video games. I went through this difficult process which requires perseverance, consistency, and I actually achieved something. And that's what it did for me too. Like AJATT taught me that I could do something. I could achieve something if I put my mind to it. And I think it helped other people in that way as well. As Matt once said before, the journey of mastery itself is such an incredibly valuable experience. And not just the journey of mastery, but in learning Japanese, you'll gain other skills. If you actually get really good at Japanese, you're gonna have to gain other skills, like social skills, making friends, talking to people. It's really hard to get good at output without outputting, unfortunately. Study skills, like things that we do in the community here, like Anki and that kind of stuff, and researching things online, that's all useful. Like Anki, I used Anki to get a high score on the SAT. Anki can just be a useful study tool in general. Another thing which is connected to the social skills part is that, this is a more recent affair. Like people in the past, they kind of grinded it out all alone. They suffered, they went really hard and kind of did miserable things like having no friends, talking to no one. But nowadays there's a vibrant community online on Discord and stuff of people who are really into learning Japanese, who are AJATTers, immersion learners, hardcore learners. And I've made so many friends, I don't know at this point, but what feels like they could be lifelong connections through learning Japanese, through doing immersion. Met all of these other people, made rivals, people I can compete with, great friends. And that was really useful. You can find a place of belonging through meeting other people that are also as into Japanese as you are. And the networking achievable by being a high-level Japanese learner who's active in the community is really surprising, really amazing. Just by being good at Japanese, you meet so many people. Obviously, if you put yourself out there, there's so many really interesting and awesome people that are learning Japanese, interested in learning Japanese, good at Japanese. And you can meet so many people. I've met so many people in person, because yes, I do go outside, online on Discord, VR chat, like language exchange apps, all that kind of stuff. And through meeting all those people also changed my perspective a lot and helped me grow as a person, mature more, by seeing these different people, their different values, and learning all about the world. So I don't think that hardcore immersion, dedicating your time and life to this skill is useless. I think it can be a really valuable experience to mature and grow as a person, as well as your language ability. Learning how to be productive, how to use your time effectively, these are all lifelong skills that will help you a lot. And you might say, you could have used all that time, that productivity skill, on something more useful in Japanese or whatever, or dedicated less time. But I think that I would have never even come to the conclusion of using my life on something productive or learning a skill if not for AJATT. Like, it would have never crossed my mind, these concepts. But because of AJATT and immersion, I learned these skills which will come with me for the rest of my life, and I grew so much. And I'm sure plenty of other people had a similar experience. And I'm sure from here on out, because of learning Japanese, I'm going to continue to gain so much experience, and so many interesting things will happen in my life just because of this skill that I learned, this one skill. Like, I'm going to Japan this summer, and I'm going to keep meeting people, Japanese people learning Japanese, probably for the rest of my life. If you haven't already, one thing I encourage you to do is to find a community online, make friends through the Japanese learning experience. That's such an important growth experience as a person. There's tons of people on Discord, VR chat and stuff, that are really good at Japanese. And so if you go into those communities, or in person, actually, I encourage you to go outside, step out of your store. Actually, I encourage you to go outside, touch some grass, and go meet some people in real life. And you will meet so many interesting people, even in your area. I mean, obviously, if you go to a Japanese meetup or something, it's going to be 99% people who are really bad at Japanese, or total beginners, or they just took Japanese classes. But you will find interesting people for sure if you look, and good people, hardcore learners. Actually, just 1 or 2 weeks ago, I ran into someone in person at a Japanese club in a college nearby. I went to a club to see if I could find some Japanese speakers to talk to, and I met someone who was actually an immersion learner. So that was a really interesting experience. And so there's interesting people out there, there's cool people out there, and you can meet them. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please stay tuned for any future uploads. I'm gonna start uploading more. I know I haven't uploaded recently. Maybe I'll upload another update video or something. So please stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.